Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to cover Halong Bay, which is one of the most popular places to visit in Vietnam. आपको day tour पे ले जाएंगे Halong Bay के, which is probably the cheapest and easiest way to visit this picture perfect UNESCO Heritage Site. I will guide you on how to book the tour, how much does it cost, how long is the tour, what's included, exactly which destinations will they take you, and tips and recommendations. So stay tuned. लॉन्ग बे का टूर बुक करने के लिए आपको किसी ट्रैवल एजेंट से रब्ता करना पड़ेगा एंड ऑब्वियसली जो ट्रैवल एजेंट ने आपको आपके वीज़े के लिए असिस्ट किया है वही आपको ये डे टूर्स भी बुक कर सकता है, वो रिलायबल भी होंगे। तो मैंने प्रीवियस वीडियोस जो बनाई हुई हैं वीज़ा एप्लीकेशंस के ऊपर वियतनाम के, उसी टूर एजेंट को आप कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं, वो आपको बेस्ट प्राइस पॉसिबल में ये टूर बुक कर देंगे। हाफ डे टूर्स भी होते हैं, फुल डे टूर्स भी हैं। इसमें प्राइसेस जो है वेरी करती हैं। अगर हम प्राइसेस की डिस्कशन करें तो इट वेरीज फ्रॉम अराउंड $45 टू $55। $45 में ये है कि थोड़ा स्मॉलर बस होगी, स्मॉलर क्रूज़ होगा, एक्सपीरियंस आपका मे बी इतना 5 स्टार नहीं होगा। और अगर आप जो है उनका 5 स्टार बुक करते हैं जो अराउंड $53 टू $55 है, थोड़ा आपका एक्सपीरियंस ज़्यादा होगा। सो आई थिंक इट्स डेफिनेटली वर्थ इट टू स्पेंड $10 एक्स्ट्रा and get a better experience. So now this is Mr. Nam, who was our tour agent. उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा हमें हिस्ट्री और बैकग्राउंड दिया while we were traveling to Halong Bay, क्योंकि वो काफ़ी लंबी ड्राइव थी। So I'll just let you hear into the history of Vietnam and enjoy the road trip.
The bridge already have 124 euros, and we still use that. And now that's bridge we use for the train. Have you heard about the train track in Hanoi? Train track coffee? Yeah. So when you go there, on two sides the train track has like the coffee shop, and then you stay there, order a cup of coffee, and then wait for the train to cross in the middle, right? So that is like the railway cross the bridge over there, right? Because you know, like we got like nearly 100 years. We was like the French colonies, the colony of French here. So that's the reason why along the country we have a lot of places built by French. As for example, in Hanoi, Hanoi start from 1888 until 1954. This was like the capital of Indochina. So that's the reason why in Hanoi you can see we have a lot of beautiful French building. The last building we just crossed there, that is like the Opera House of Hanoi, right? It's very beautiful building. Besides that, we have like other French quarter around the place called like Ho Chi Minh Complex, right? Ho Chi Minh Complex. So you can see like the presidential palace. It's very beautiful one, right? So you know, like we just like finish things like picking up the people around the old quarter of Hanoi, right? Old quarter of Hanoi is very like city centers here, but now it's kind of like the old city center. The new city center has been built in about like 10 kilometers away from here to the west, because you know, follow the grounds of like the city, the west side of the city is much higher. So that's the reason why that places they built a lot of like the high-rise buildings, the bigger roads, more office, right, more apartment. Because this place is here is very old one and it's near to the river. And now we don't have any flood. We don't have floods anymore. But actually, like it used to have a lot of flood. And because like today along like the rivers here, they built a lot of hydro dam, so they can keep the water for producing like electricity. So that's the reason why they still have like the risk if one of the dam broken. So the flood will come here very quickly. So that's the reason why after 2008 the government decided to, in 2008 the Vietnamese government decided to expand the area of the capital city, becomes like bigger, much bigger. So that's the reason why they built up like the new city center around like 10 kilometers away from the old one. So the old quarter of Hanoi is a place where you see it has a very long history with a lot of narrow streets, narrow house, and small narrow alley. Right? Because you know, like the time before, the people maybe they're living outside of the city center, but they will come to like the city center for like trading, for selling things. And a lot of people in Vietnam, they do like the family business. So that's the reason why, like when you go to the busy area, it's very expensive to buy the place to build a shop on. So a lot of people, they build the land, it's very small, very narrow, very small, because the bigger the front of the house is, so the more expensive the land is, right? So a lot of people, they only need to build like couple or 3 minutes, 2 meters or 3 meters of wide, right? And then they build the house getting longer, and with a lot of like floor like that. So that's the reason why you see like in the old quarter of Hanoi, we have a lot of like the narrow houses, right? Narrow houses. And you know, like because in the north of Vietnam, we got 1,420 kilometers of the border with China. So during the history, we also like influenced a lot by like the Chinese culture. So we also believe in the things called feng shui, right? Feng shui. The winds, feng mean the water, feng mean the wind, and like shui mean the water, right? The Vietnamese people believe that if they have their house with the front door smaller than in the back, that's really good one. So it's like the border. When you put the money in, you can put more. But if you want to take it out, very difficult. But if you have the house like with the front bigger than in the back, that's very bad luck how, because all the money, all the fortune you have is easily gone out by the front door. Right? So that's the reason why the people, they make the houses in front very narrow like that. And there's many different floors, because it's very like popular in Vietnam even now. We are many generations in the family, we're living together. So it's very easy. You see most popular houses here has like 3 generations live together. The grandparents, the parents, and the kid. And during the time when like the parents go to work, like grandparents gonna look after the kids for them. So usually like the parents in Vietnam gonna live with the oldest son even after getting married, right? The wife gonna go back to the husband family to live with the husband parents like that. And so that's make like in Vietnam, actually Vietnam is until now it's very quickly developed, like developing country, but actually it's not a very high GDP, high incomes for the people. But you see the life here, the people seem to be very enjoyable, right? Enjoyable, not very high like pressure compared to like in South Korea or Japan. You know, like the people working very hard like that, and there's no time for like relaxing, and a lot of people got stress food. But in Vietnam here, you know, like after finish like the job, we the working days, we're gonna go to like the beer shop and drink with the friends, and then come back home, sleep, and on the next day go to work again. Even the average incomes in Hanoi just only around like $500. So naturally split the country by 2 different parts. So it's made like 2 different parts in Vietnam, got a lot of like different things. So the first about like the climate, right? About the climate, you know, like in the north of Vietnam, we we are subtropical area, so we have enough 4 seasons. Now it's summertime, very hot and humid. Then in the autumn, that is kind of the best time in the year, because that time still hot but no humid, right? But not too hot like this. I mean, like when you stand under the shade of the tree, so you feel cooler, right? There's a lot of winds that time. And then we have a bit like cold winter. The winter here, coldest ever I experienced, go down to 5 Celsius degree in Hanoi. But on average, the coldest is about like 7 or 8. And on average, it will be about like 13, 14 during the days. And at the night time, about like 11 or 12 degrees Celsius, right? But you will feel it's a bit colder than usual, because this is wet cold here. It's cold and wet, so you feel the bitter cold inside. Then we have the spring. The springtime is a lot of rain, because like during like the winter time, that is dry season in Vietnam. And then when it changes to the springtime, so the humidity is getting higher. So that is start of like the raining season. There's a lot of rain in the spring. So when in the winter, when the cold airs come from the north to the south, when it's go to like the center of Vietnam, if it's one go further south, it's have to cross over the very high mountain. So when it's go up higher like that, it's burned by the sun. It's burned by the sun. So it's getting warmer. And when it's go to the south of Vietnam also closer to the equator. So that's make the south of Vietnam have no four season. They only have like the hot season and the hotter, right? Hot and hotter season because they are very tropical there. The total area of Vietnam is about 333,000 square kilometers, and we have 3/4 of the whole country is a mountainous area, and most of the mountains in Vietnam start from like the north all the way on the west side and down to like the center, and then we have the highland in the middle of the country. And then when it's go further south of Vietnam, most of like that places is the delta. There's not many like mountains.
तो हैलोंग बे टूर जो है वो तकरीबन आपको 12 आवर्स का पूरा टूर पड़ेगा। सुबह आपको 8:30 पे जो टूर एजेंट है वो आपको पिक करने आएंगे ओल्ड क्वार्टर से, और फिर आपकी जो वापसी है वो तकरीबन 7-8 शाम के आपको आराम से बच जाएंगे वापस आपको ओल्ड क्वार्टर के ड्रॉप करते करते। तो अलोंग द वे ये तकरीबन 2 आवर्स की ड्राइव है जो आपको क्रूज़ तक लेके जाएगी, और काफ़ी सारे स्टॉप्स इन बिटवीन होंगे ताकि आप कॉफ़ी ब्रेक्स ब्रेकफास्ट अपने कर सकें। और जो सबसे पहला स्टॉप है वो है पर्ल म्यूज़ियम। हैलोंग बे में इन द 90s जापानीज़ ने पर्ल कल्टिवेटिंग स्टार्ट की थी, एंड अलोंग द वे दे सोल्ड इट ऑफ टू वियतनामीज़ हु टुक इट फ्रॉम देयर। और वहाँ पे बहुत अच्छा अभी भी सॉल्ट वाटर पर्ल्स कल्टिवेट होते हैं, उनसे बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट्स जो है वो जनरेट होते हैं, और वो विजिटर्स और टूरिस्ट के लिए वहाँ पे रखे गए हैं डिस्प्ले के लिए, और आप वहाँ परचेज भी कर सकते हैं रियली हाई क्वालिटी पर्ल प्रोडक्ट्स। तो म्यूज़ियम में दे विल टेक यू टू अराउंड फॉर अ टूर कि हाउ दे कल्टिवेटेड, हाउ दे पुट इनटू डिफरेंट प्रोडक्ट्स, and then you have a chance to go and buy some of these exciting items. तो आफ्टर अ 2 आवर ड्राइव क्रूज़ बे पे आप फाइनली पहुंच गए हैं जहाँ पे एक्चुअल आपका टूर स्टार्ट होगा। यहाँ से आपके क्रूज़ के ऊपर आप ऑन बोर्ड होंगे, और सीनिक व्यूज़ हालोंग बे के क्रूज़ करते हुए लंच करते हुए आप अपने फर्स्ट डेस्टिनेशन पे पहुँचेंगे, जो जहाँ पे बैम्बूइंग और कायाकिंग और स्पीड बोट का टूर होगा।
Thank you.
You guys have me to stay downstairs inside. So everyone, please help us to stay inside or stay outside. Now it's arrived to the first place here. And we have to, as supporters here at Halong Bay, we have to stay inside.
So after the Pearl Museum, this is the first destination where we reached. और यहाँ पे दो ऑप्शंस आपके पास होते हैं क्रूज़ से उतरने के बाद. या तो आप बैम्बूइंग कर सकते हैं, जो ये एक शेयर्ड बैम्बू राफ्ट है जिसके ऊपर हम जा रहे हैं, या आप कायाकिंग कर सकते हैं. इट रियली डिपेंड्स ऑन यू इफ़ यू टोटली एडवेंचरस और हीट से आप इतना बॉदर्ड नहीं है, सो ऑब्वियसली कायाकिंग इज़ फॉर यू. मगर अगर आप वो नहीं कर सकते, आप थके हुए हैं या आप में वो एनर्जी नहीं है, या फॉर अदर पीपल हु जस्ट वांट टू एंजॉय द नाइस लिटिल ब्रीज इन द बैम्बू राफ्ट, तो आप बैम्बू हाईली रिकमेंडेड है. मगर ईदर और है, आप दोनों ऑप्ट नहीं कर सकते. आपने दोनों में से एक पहले से उसको बताना है अपने टूर एजेंट को, ताकि वो वहाँ पे आपके लिए अकॉर्डिंगली अरेंज कर सकें एंड जस्ट enjoy the beautiful weather, the beautiful views, and the natural beauty of Halong Bay.
हाथ से इसको पकड़ लेते đây là nước, nếu mà thì kéo lên
Chẳng ăn này này ngon.
biết thế này chả vào.
Không phải đi mới biết chứ giờ, không đi không biết à?
Biết rồi, lần sau chắc chả vào nữa. Ướt hết cả lưng rồi, mặc áo vào viết ướt hết cả lưng rồi.
Bắt nặng chứ đâu.
Tức là chỉ có một đường ra thôi, mình sẽ khứ hồi lại cái để anh chèo ra. Hả?
Anh chèo mai ở nhà luôn.
À, anh chèo được luôn.
Anh chèo tất nhiên anh chèo được nhưng mà
Accident, accident. Ô तेरी Bài nữa đi. Treo cầu. Are you ready, everyone?
No.
Shape just look like the human head, everybody. The head of the human, right? With the nose on the left side, the mouth, the open mouth, the forehead on the top, right? And not only one, turn right, everybody. Okay, the big rock, do you think it look like the turtle? The turtle, everybody. The little head on your right, and the shell, the body, with the tree on the back. Okay, something like that, everybody. I'm sure for you, what we're gonna show you out. Ago, there was the big floating village around this area with around total 2,000 fishermen. But at that time, when they live here, they do everything here. It's not good for the environment. So that's why our government, we have to support most of them on the mainland. So that's why you can see the environment of Halong Bay is good, right? And I see the weather today is really impressive as well. And one more thing I want to show everybody, take a look on your left-hand side. One cave on your left-hand side. We name Vietnamese name, we call that is Chong cave. Chong means empty, nothing inside. Because this one is quite small, we can see everything from here, right? In Halong Bay, 1969, around 2,000 islands and islands total. And there are around 100 caves, and most of the caves just like this. This one on the one at the back, on the right hand side at the back as well. Most of the cave is quite small. Today we don't have much time, so that's why we cannot step over there to take a look. But later we go to visit one cave. That one is amazing. That one is the amazing because it's really beautiful inside. Okay? But I'm sure in the future when you get back here, if you stay here longer for 1 night or 2 nights on the boat, and you have chance to do the speedboat again, I'm sure you're gonna see more cave, or even sometimes you can have dinner inside the cave as well. Right? And one more thing before we move, take a look on your right hand side, far from here. Do you think that one is look like the squirrel? The squirrel, everybody. Yeah, look like the squirrel, right? The little head on your right, the body, and the tail at the back of the top. Everybody get it? Okay. Okay, come on, let's go, everybody. We've been here lately as a still a bit lonely. The weather here is good. I think it's okay. But we come here maybe it's still early. We come here around 4 or 5 p.m. when the sun goes down, right? The sunlight goes through the hole on the top there. It's shining around. It's like, it's really impressive. That one we named for the hole up there. That is the heaven gate, everybody. The heaven.
So the next stop जहाँ पे हम रुके हैं वो इसको कहते हैं Sung Sot Cave, which was first discovered in the 19th century by French travelers. और जो French Indochina की history है, as part of that they had discovered it, and they call it Vietnamese call it Sung Sot because it means amazing feeling. और बहुत amazing ही cave थे. जब आप ये पूरा ऊपर स्टेयर्स चढ़ के केव के अंदर उतरते हैं, सो इट्स अ वेरी कामिंग कूलिंग इफेक्ट। और जितनी भी गर्मी और हीट है, बाहर की सन रेज है, उससे थोड़ा सा आपको रेस्ट और आराम मिलता है। जस्ट नोट दैट इज़ क्वाइट अ लॉन्ग वॉक, सो बी प्रिपेयर्ड। और ऐसे शूज़ या ऐसे इक्विपमेंट और वाटर अपने साथ ज़रूर रखें, ताकि आप पूरी जर्नी में उसको सही तरह एंजॉय कर सकें और वीडियोज़ और फोटोज़ ले सकें।
Take a quick photo and then go straight to the second chapel. It's much bigger. That's crazy. So we now standing in like the second chamber, right? Second chamber here. It's a bit bigger, about 700 square meters. Yeah, so you know like when it's raining, all the rainwater travel through the rock, and you see over there, right? And it's wet. So when it's wet, it's happened the chemical reaction between the rainwater and the rock will be worn out, and it dissolve the rock. So the ceiling getting higher and higher, with a shape look like wavy shape like this. So when the water dissolves like the rock, inside the water has a nice calcium. So when it's dropping, it's like the stalactite or stalagmite. Every year in Halong Bay, stalactite getting longer, 0.13 millimeter longer a year. It means it takes about 100 years to get longer, 1.3 centimeters. So to form like this thing, maybe already million years. So this cave has about 8 million to 7 million years old.
जो अट्रैक्शन है सबसे बड़ी यही होगी, है ना?
हाँ, हैलोंग बे।
एचुमन सिटी भी है कोई?
हो ची मिन में
Okay, let's go back to the boat. Swimming time, please.
Swimming time? Where?
Swimming time.
Last but not the least was the Titop Island, which is a 14-kilometer beach. और ये बीच जो है क्रेसेंट मून की तरह शेप हुई हुई है। और इसकी सबसे अच्छी जो बात यह है, या सबसे हिस्टोरिकल बात यह है कि जो इनके रेवोल्यूशनरी लीडर हैं हो ची मिन, उन्होंने इसका नाम टीटॉप आइलैंड रखा था। इट्स ऑल सराउंडेड बाय tranquil and beautiful still blue waters, where you can stop by and go for a little swim. So if you're coming, do bring along your towels, slippers and swimming wear, so you can enjoy the beach. So finally, recapping the Halong Bay half day tour, highly recommended guys. अगर आप जा रहे हैं तो हनोई ये definitely एक recommended tour है जो आपने करना है. Pearl Farm पे आपको लेके जाएंगे, bamboo kayaking, the cruise is full of food, evening parties, Titop Island, caves, speedboat, you name it, everything is included in the package. What to bring along as a tip and a trick: sunscreen अपने साथ ज़रूर रखें क्योंकि काफ़ी गर्मी होती है वियतनाम में. Swimming wear अपने साथ रखें. Bring in towels, sunglasses, hat. Plastic bottles of water is not allowed, so bring a glass bottle of water and definitely book your tour in advance क्योंकि बहुत crowded होता है और वियतनाम is a busy destination.